So picture walking into a massive sports bar on a Sunday. You've got 30 different screens showing 30 different games.
Right, and usually you'd expect to see some panicked manager wrestling with, like, a rat's nest of heavy cables.
Exactly. And 50 different remotes. But instead, there's just one person behind the bar, calmly tapping an iPad. So welcome to today's deep dive. We are unpacking a pretty dense catalog from HDTV Supply today.
Yeah, we're looking at their WolfPack 1080p AV over IP matrix systems.
Right, and our mission here is to figure out exactly how a single tablet can effortlessly control up to 30 screens all at the exact same time.
Well, to understand that iPad interface, we really have to look at what's actually happening inside the walls first.
The hardware reality of it.
Exactly. I mean, the old way of doing this relied on expensive HDMI cables that, they degrade over distance. But this new system runs 1080p video over a standard 1G network switch using PoE.
Wait, PoE, power over Ethernet.
Yeah, power over Ethernet. So it's sending signals over standard HEITH 6 cables, and those can reach up to 450 feet.
Wow, 450 feet. So it's essentially, is it like a highly efficient digital traffic cop? Like it's seamlessly routing these video cars to 30 different TV driveways without causing a traffic jam.
That's a great analogy, actually, because instead of laying down a dedicated wire for every single screen, it chops the video into IP data packets.
Oh, just like sending an email.
Exactly like that. But the real challenge there is time. A standard data network doesn't really care if your email arrives a second late.
Right, but if your video is late, you get stuttering.
Exactly. And that's why the 80 millisecond switching and latency time is, well, it's the actual star of this spec sheet.
Wait, 80 milliseconds? That's incredibly fast.
It is. And it matters in the real world. Think back to that sports bar. If the audio from the house speakers doesn't perfectly match the referee blowing the whistle on the screen, I mean, the illusion just shatters.
Oh, yeah, that would drive me crazy.
Right. But at 80 milliseconds, human perception basically processes that delivery as instantaneous.
That makes sense. So moving from the hidden wires in the walls to, the user's hands, how does someone actually direct all that traffic without an IT degree?
Well, that brings us to the WolfPad TV control system. You just use an iPad to pull a wireless, real-time video preview.
Of what's playing on every single node.
Yeah, exactly. The interface gives you a literal digital floor plan of your TVs. And then you just drag and drop specific sources like DirecTV, DIH, or Roku right onto the TV you want to change.
And you can turn all the TVs on or off instantly from there, too.
You can. And surprisingly, for commercial software, there are absolutely zero monthly license fees for this.
Which is huge. I gotta say, dragging a live Roku feed onto a digital floor plan on an iPad, it sounds exactly like playing The Sims, but, with real-world electronics.
Really does feel like that. And once controlling individual screens becomes that simple, the next logical step is combining them.
Into massive video walls.
Exactly. The system has a drag-and-drop video wall feature that supports any size or quantity. The scalability is just immense.
Right. The catalog mentions setups starting at just $150 to build your own.
Yeah, and it scales all the way up to a 16 by 30 matrix switcher costing over $7,700.
Wait, a 16 by 30 matrix, so 16 inputs and 30 outputs over a standard 1G switch. Doesn't the network just bottleneck and crash from all that 1080p data?
You'd think so.
Yeah.
But because it's an IP network, the switch manages traffic intelligently. It only routes specific video packets to the decoders that are actively tuned to that channel.
Oh, so that selective routing keeps the bandwidth safely under the 1G ceiling.
Exactly.
Okay, I do have to push back on one highly specific spec in this catalog, though. Who actually needs the 90-degree, 180-degree, and 270-degree image flip feature?
Oh, the image flip.
Yeah. Like, is that for avant-garde art installations, or did someone just really mess up a ceiling mount?
Well, probably a little bit of both, honestly. But in commercial spaces, it's really about ultimate flexibility.
How so?
Well, imagine wrapping custom video walls around weird architectural pillars or, mounting menu boards in tight vertical spaces.
Oh, I see. So you need the software to adapt to the physical limitations of the room.
Exactly, rather than rebuilding the room just to fit the TV.
Right. So what does this all mean for you listening today? Even if you aren't personally wiring up a 30-screen complex anytime soon, AV over IP really proves how this once daunting commercial networking is ditching the proprietary hardware. It's just becoming incredibly plug and play.
It completely abstracts the physical infrastructure. I mean, we're effortlessly manipulating 30 synchronized video streams with zero perceived lag.
all over standard network cables. Which leaves us with a pretty fascinating thought to end on. If we can already do this, effortlessly manipulate data-heavy video streams across a building with instantaneous centralized software, what happens when this level of real-time visual routing scales up?
Like way up.
Yeah, imagine a digital control room treating a city's entire grid of traffic cameras and emergency response visuals like one giant swipeable network.
Wow, turning a tangled urban data problem into a streamlined central nervous system.
Exactly. It's definitely something for you to mull over the next time you see a massive wall of screen.